In 1994, a guy by the name of Rasmus Leerdorf wanted to track how many people were visiting his online resume. He created a handful of CGI scripts written in the C programming language to accomplish this task. In June of 1995, Rasmus released his scripts to the public under the name of PHP Tools version 1.0, where PHP at this time stood for Personal Homepage. These scripts not only included being able to log pages, they also had the ability to password protect pages and create and display forms. A year later, in April, the second version of PHP was released. This version had a new name. It was PHP/FI. The FI stood for Forms Interpreter. Some of the new features in this version included conditional statements. This was in response to the public wanting the ability to hide and show blocks of HTML code. Another new feature was the ability to access databases, and the term scripting language was also used for the first time with the release of this version. PHP 3.0 was released in June of 1998. This time, Rasmus had some help from Zeev Sarasky and Andy Gutmans. They rewrote the underlying parsing engine for PHP. This version also supported all major operating systems, and it supported more databases than the 2.0 version. One of the most notable changes in PHP 3.0 was the new name. Originally, PHP stood for Personal Homepage. In this new version, PHP stands for PHP Hypertext Preprocessor. This is known as a recursive acronym. In a recursive acronym, one of the initials is the actual name of the product, in this case, PHP. Sometimes people might refer to this as a recursive backronym. In this sense, a recursive backronym means that you already have the initials of a product and you go back and put new meaning to each of those initials. In this case, PHP Hypertext Preprocessor. In the course documents, I have provided the link to the email discussion discussing the renaming of PHP. In May of 2000, PHP 4 was released. Zeev and Andy rewrote the core engine for PHP, and they renamed it Zend Engine. There were a few minor releases between PHP 4 and PHP 5. PHP 5 was released in July of 2004, and the second version of the Zend engine was also released. The next major version of PHP was going to be PHP 6, but there was a problem. The big push with PHP 6 was Unicode. The problem was there wasn't enough developer support for the new Unicode platform. This caused an issue, so PHP 6 never fully got off the ground. What has happened is the non-Unicode features from PHP 6 have been backported into PHP 5. But what about PHP 6? Since PHP 6 was technically there, whatever there means, it has been bypassed for a major release. Instead of version 6, we are now working with version 7 of PHP. At the release of this course, the current version of PHP is 7.0.1, which was released in December of 2015.